Sicko Mode, Goosebumps, Butterfly Effect, Highest in the Room, Stargazing, Antidote, Can't Say, and Stop Trying to Be God. Mike Dean helped create these songs and a lot more. Mike Dean is also Travis Scott's biggest collaborator by far. So far, they worked on 167 official releases together. What makes Mike Dean's production so valuable for Travis? And how did Mike Dean help shape Travis's sound? To find the answer to some of these questions, we will be analyzing one of the most iconic outros Mike Dean did for Travis Scott. So this is the breakdown of Highest in the Room, the outro. This is obviously not 100% correct. I just try to get the essence of the outro. It starts out with Contact, piano. It's the upright piano. These are the chords. Next up, we layered these chords with X-Pen, just the default preset, just the same chord. Just give it this little background pad, stringy pad. Added this with the OB6 next bass. Next part, a little more complicated part, is this drum break. Without effects, the drum break sounds like this. But obviously, if we listen to the breakdown, it is much more spaced out, much more gritty, much more glitchy. So to achieve that, for the distortion, I added Devil Lock, 10 Crunch and 3 Crush, Portal, Synthtopia Bank, Analog Halftime Stretch, and a Room. This is the bathroom preset, Fruity Convolver, and what we get is this right here. So super glitched out, super distorted. We added this bass right here. This is the saucy bass. It's like my signature bass. This is also in Synthtopia. So we layered these two to really get that low end right. And we added this one shot. It's just like an accent. Lastly, we added this lead right here. This lead has a pitch bend effect. To achieve that pitch bend effect, I basically just press record, let the lead play normally, and then I play it with this bender right here. It sounds like this. And everything together sounds like this. And like I said, it's obviously not 100% recreation, but this gives you the base idea. It's the same chords, it's the same style of sounds. Now let's take what we just learned and implement it in our own beat. So we started out with the main sound of the whole beat. Sounds like this. This is the pattern for the first sound. So it is the pads wave preset from Synthtopia. Sounded like this. So I basically just played some random shit on the keyboard. Then I reversed this, bounced this out, and put it into a slicer. Next up, just to add a little bit of spice here and there, we added this melody. And it sounds super fragile. It is the noisy preset from Analog Lab. We also added this analog stretch portal effect and this little shaper box. We added these basic drums. I'm not gonna go too deep into these right now. A simple 808 pattern, like I said, nothing crazy. Kick pattern just to accentuate the 808 in certain parts. We'll actually layer the snare, this slap, and this kind of attack-ish snare, and hi-hat with some rolls. And we got this percussion right here. Now to the fun part where we actually came for. We added this outro right here. All the sounds that I'm using today are from my new kit called Synthtopia. Imagine you had access to all the vintage synths, drum machines, effects that Mike Dean, The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Q-Beat use on a daily basis. Would your beats improve? And what would that do for you? Do you think that would help you take your music career to the next level? I definitely thought so. And that is exactly why I created Synthtopia. Hundreds of drum sounds from 26 of the most iconic drum machines, retexturized, modernized, and pre-mixed to ensure that knock. Hundreds and hundreds of one-shots from 19 of the most iconic synths ever created, retextured and modernized to provide endless creativity. The combined cost of the synths and drum machines alone is over $100,000, and this is only 20% of the kit. You gotta experience this kit for yourself, and if you want a cheeky 20% discount and want to support me and what I do, you can use my code visionexe for 20% off the whole site. The first thing that I added was this bass right here. Super like gritty synth bass is exactly what you're looking for. When you put that in, you already most of the time get like the vibe, you know. It is probably the best bass I ever made, bass glide. The next element we added is this right here. I mean, it looks a little bit weird, but it's not that deep. It's basically just looks like this, and then I just duplicated that. Sound is the keys, Vision, also Synthtopia. I still felt like it was a little bit empty. The outros on Mike Dean are like super grand, so I added this pad to fill like the void. The pad by itself sounds like this. As the pad's purple, super crazy pad, fills up the gap. And on nearly the last part we added was this lead. So for the lead, I wanted it to be like a journey in a way. So it starts on the top and it goes down. We also bounced this out and added this fade, just so it gets like the same way it fades out again. The last thing we added is just this.
Welcome to Synthtopia.
The Synthtopia tag, just because I felt like it was nice. At the end, we also added this little tempo thing. I just marked this part out here, press Ctrl Alt and C, went in, to resample to stretch, and stretch back to resample. And then I made a tempo automation right here. Just pressed C, right click A, got us in the automation, and this way it kind of speeds up. Everything together, the whole like transition basically sounds like this.
Welcome to Synthtopia.
If you ever wondered what Metro Boomin and Future's collab album would sound like, click here. Fast before it disappears.